Chapter 10, Accounting for Payroll, Employee Earnings and Deductions. The next two chapters involve topics on payroll accounting. You must have read and understood the discussions in this chapter regarding the manual computations of employees' gross pay and the deductions, both mandatory and voluntary. This practice set will illustrate computations required by both federal government and the state of Nevada, where Sage 50 offers the users the feature of purchasing payroll accounting software to automatically compute all the deductions and contributions and print out the federal and state forms for filing. But Sage 50 also allows users to manually set up the tax rates and allow the features to automatically compute the net amount of paychecks. Working on problem 10-2, to set up the payroll features without any subscription to payroll, you want to go to Maintain and click Payroll and click the Payroll wizard. Click Next and another Next. The Federal Employer ID and State Employer ID and State Unemployment ID are shown since you have entered them from Chapter 6. On company information, enter 3% on the state unemployment rate and click Next. Sage 50 defaults at the account number 77,500. That is the wages expense account for both hourly and salary classification. Since there will be an illustration on entering bonus, you need to edit rate 3 under the hourly rate and change it to read bonus. The GL account to be used is also 77,500, the wages expense. Under the salary classification, and edit salary 2 and type in bonus. The GL account is also 77,500, wages expense account, and click Next. Since there will be no examples on benefits, just click Next. Under payroll taxes, the default accounts are showing, so just click Next. The setup is complete and click Finish. This practice set will illustrate the do-it-yourself payroll feature by setting up payroll formulas. So on the File tab, highlight Payroll Formulas. This will allow you to manually set up this rate. So on File, click Payroll Formulas and click User Maintained. On the Formula ID, click the down drop arrow and select Nevada State Unemployment Tax NVSUI for the employer, and it is for 17. It means for 2017, and click OK to that. On effect on gross pay, using the down drop arrow, select either subtracts or adds to gross pay, so it does not affect gross pay, in other words. Now understand that the amount of Nevada unemployment tax of 3% is not subtracted or added to the gross pay. This amount is part of the employer's mandatory contributions, which is discussed more in Chapter 11. Click Save and click Close on this screen. So all this limit was based on the 2017 tax rate. Now you will set up the employee's payroll record and information. I will illustrate the first employee. On Maintain, click Employee Sales Rep. On Employee ID, use the employee's initial. So the first one is BJ, okay. On Name, type in Brian Joseph. On the address, type in 39 Valemount Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada. and the zip is 89128. In the real business world, you will need to enter all the employees' information, but this practice set will just illustrate the information needed to compute the paychecks. So on Social Security number, enter 550123456. These are all found under the general. That's under this tab. Now you want to click the withholding info. Observe that page 3 defaults on single with zero allowances. This represents the withholding exemption allowance form completed by the employee at the time of hire. For this example, under filing status of the federal field name, change single to merit, and under the allowance column, change 0 to 3. Now click the Pay Info tab. On the pay method, this employee is paid on an hourly basis, which is correct, and the pay frequency is weekly, which is also correct. Under the hourly pay rate, enter 20. This is based on the 40 hours a week pay period. So the overtime rate is at 30. Note that this amount is 150% or 1.5 of the hourly rate as mandated by the Federal Labor Standards Act. At this point, you will need to enter, if you look at the bonus, you need to enter $1 for the bonus because Sage 50 will not recognize that pay type until there is $1 amount. Now, since bonuses are not determined yet at the time of hiring the employee, you are just allowing the software to show that the bonus pay type when you start creating the paycheck. So it will appear every time. Click and save and close and do all the rest of the employees. You can continue on and complete the employee setup. Now you want to create payroll checks for the employee. On task, click payroll entry, and you are to create the payroll entry for this month. Under the cash, click scroll up if you cannot find it. I will do the first one. So on the right portion, click your pay period that ends December 14, and the check of date of the check is December 15. I will illustrate the first paycheck for Ashley. The salary is $1,800 a week, and that is using check number 217, and the net pay is $1387.71. Now, note that you will see all this warning indication because we are manually entering the payroll. So you were given 1800 gross pay. Because you are manually entering all deductions, you just want to click OK to all of those prompts. Now, the employee's deductions are entered as a negative amount, and the employer's contributions are entered as positive amounts. You need to exercise care in entering those dollar amounts because you will not balance once you did not enter them correctly. So, for the gross pay of 1800, there is a withholding amount of minus or negative 274 and 59 cents. On Social Security, enter negative 111 and 60 cents. On Medicare, enter negative 26 and 10 cents. The next rows are for the company contributions. So you will see all amounts will be entered as positive amount. So on Social Security C, enter $111.60. On Medicare, 2610, scroll down and enter the federal unemployment C, enter $10.80. And note that the state unemployment C has the correct amount of $54 because it computed the 3%. Note, note that you want to verify if the net amount of check is exactly your check figure, which is 1,387 and 71 cents. So that will be your check figure, and you can save and complete the posting of this employee, and a new screen will appear. Once you do that, you can create all the paychecks for all the employees. You will then have more practice as you complete problem 10-5 for the issuance of the bonus checks. So I will show a bonus check. So you're gonna go back in and enter in your payroll entry for Ashley and say okay to all of those prompts. Note that the salary is showing again as 1800. This bonus checks will be a date of December 20, and cut off pay period ends also on December 20. So you need to delete the 1800 because we're not paying the salary, but we are entering okay to all on this prompt, and we're entering 500 on the bonus. So on the withholding, you wanted to enter minus $14.52. On Social Security deductions, minus $31. On Medicare deductions, minus $7.25. For the Social Security company, it's $31 positive. For the Medicare, $7.25 positive. And federal unemployment is $3. State unemployment has been provided at $15. Note that your check amount is $447 and 23 cents, and that is for check number 224 for Ashley Griffith. So it's really very easy. You just be careful that the bonus are showing. So for those hourly employees, change the dollar to the $500 and delete the hours. So save this and complete the rest of your employees. And you want to double check your figures at the end.